Breaking barriers, making history, the rise of HBCUs in college basketball. College basketball origins began like most other sports, with no organized rules or governance. Driven by the competitive spirit of rival neighborhood groups and eventually evolving onto school campuses, the growth mirrored the increasing independence and freedoms of newly emancipated citizens, reflecting a desire for structured competition and a shared passion for the game. With the birth of the Black College Conferences, CIAA, SIAC, Midwestern Athletic Conference, and SWAC, the students soon began to show their athletic prowess and watched as their white counterparts shared national prominence. A rousing spirit emerged in the black college ranks, and they felt a need to challenge the status quo. This movement started alongside the rising baseball crusade to include black players, even though some predominantly white schools had accepted black players who were excellent competitors, but black institutions had no place in the national spotlight. Thus, a group of black coaches and administrators decided to push for equal playing time. The landscape was about to change. The timeline of black college basketball champions and their outstanding performers. Part 1, NAIA. 1. 1953-77. Part 2, NCAA 2, Men. 1967 to 1989. Part 3, NCAA 2, Women. 1981 to 2012. The Timeline, a glossary of the HBCU achievements. We begin with the NAIA Men Division I. Despite adversity, discrimination, and segregation, black college basketball etched its legacy in the annals of sports through sheer tenacity and display of athletic superiority. Led by trailblazers like the Black Coaches Steering Committee, they broke barriers and blazed a trail towards greater integration in sports and society. We begin with the NAIA Men Division I. Despite adversity, discrimination, and segregation, black college basketball etched its legacy in the annals of sports through sheer tenacity and the display of athletic superiority. Led by trailblazers like the Black Coaches Steering Committee, they broke barriers and blazed a trail towards greater integration in sports and society. 1957. John B. McClendon Jr. stepped in at Tennessee State A&I and led the Tigers to their first NAIA national championship. They defeated Southeast Oklahoma, 92-73, and became the first black college team to win a national title. They were led by All-Americans Dick Barnett and John Barnhill. 1958. The defending champions, Tennessee State A&I, added to their legacy by clinching their second consecutive NAIA Men's National Basketball Championship. Led by the stellar performance of All-American MVP guard Dick Barnett, the Tigers triumphed over Western Illinois with a 85-73 victory in the title game. Their back-to-back championships solidified their status as a powerhouse in college basketball. 1959. Tennessee State A&I cemented their legacy in college basketball history by becoming the first college team, and the first HBCU, to win 3 consecutive NAIA Men's National Basketball Championships. Led by head coach John B. McClendon Jr. and the play of MVP Dick Barnett, the Tigers showcased their dominance in a hard-fought battle over Pacific Lutheran, 97-87. 1961. The Grambling College Tigers, led by the talented trio of All-America center Willis Reed, MVP Charles Harnett, and guard Herschel West, clinched their first-ever national title. The Tigers secured the NAIA Men's Basketball Championship with a resounding 95-75 victory over Georgetown, Kentucky. Reed and West led the tournament in scoring. Prairie View A&M continued the Southwestern Athletic Conference's dominance by following in the footsteps of the Grambling Tigers to clinch the NAIA Men's Championship. All-America center Zelmo Beatty showcased his prowess on both ends of the court, leading the Panthers to a decisive 62-53 victory over Westminster, Pennsylvania in the finals. 1965. In a remarkable display of talent and dominance, All-America center Ken Wilburn propelled the Central State Ohio Marauders to their inaugural championship victory in the NAIA tournament. Wilburn was the tournament's leading scorer and rebounder and led the Marauders to a resounding 85-51 triumph over Oklahoma Baptist in the championship game. 1968. Central State Ohio returned to the national stage, reclaiming the NAIA National Tournament Championship for the second time. Led by All-American center Ken Wilburn, the team showcased their defensive prowess by holding opponents to an impressive 52 points per game throughout the tournament. In a thrilling title game showdown against perennial contender Fairmont State, the Marauders emerged with a hard-fought 51-48 victory. 1970. The Kentucky State Thoroughbreds embarked on another memorable chapter in NAIA and HBCU history. All-American guard Travis Grant scored an impressive 137 points throughout the tournament, leading the Thoroughbreds to a thrilling 79-71 victory over Central Washington to claim their first-ever title. Center Elmore Smith was the top rebounder and dominated on both ends of the court. 1971. The Kentucky State Thoroughbreds continued their reign in the tournament as they delivered a commanding performance, overwhelming Eastern Michigan with a decisive 102-82 victory to secure their second national title. All-America guard Travis Grant earned his second MVP award. 1972. In 1972, Kentucky State made their mark in basketball history, led by the legendary super guard Travis Grant, who set 6 tournament scoring records and earned his third consecutive MVP honor. After 2 100-plus scoring games, the Thoroughbreds showcased their offensive prowess and resilience, holding off upset-minded Wisconsin Eau Claire with a hard-fought 71-62 victory. They joined Tennessee State as the only 3-time consecutive NAIA national tournament champions. 1976. Coppin State earned their place in basketball history by capturing their first NAIA championship with a thrilling 96-91 victory over Henderson State, Arkansas. The Eagles stunned onlookers with their near-flawless performance to capture the title. MVP All-America center Joe Pace led the charge on both ends of the court. 1977. Texas Southern closed an era in the NAIA National Basketball Tournament as the last black college to win the championship. One of the first black colleges to join the District 29 Conference, the Tigers broke through with their first title with a 71-44 romp over Campbell College. Part 2, Breaking Barriers, Making History, The Rise of HBCUs in College Basketball. NCAA Men College Division II. As black colleges began to display their championship pedigree in the NAIA, the NCAA eventually succumbed to pressure and devised a way for inclusion. They established the NCAA College Division Basketball Championship in 1957, aimed at distinguishing major programs from smaller ones. HBCUs were relegated to the small school division. Among the standouts was Winston-Salem State College, who made an impact statement in 1967, marking a significant milestone for HBCUs in college basketball. Women's basketball began to gain recognition in the 1970s, paving the way for further diversity and inclusion within the NCAA's athletic programs. Before a crowd of 20,608 enthusiastic fans, the Winston-Salem State Rams, coached by future Hall of Famer Clarence Big House Gaines and led by the sensational All-America guard Earl Monroe, blazed a trail through the NCAA II College Division Basketball Tournament. They posted a historic victory as they captured the inaugural championship with a 77-74 thriller over Southwest Missouri State. 1974. 7 years after Winston-Salem's championship, the Morgan State Bears joined Black College Basketball Elite by winning the renamed Division II Basketball Championship. In an impressive style, the Bears navigated their way to victory by breezing past Bloomsburg, 71-57, and edging out Assumption in a close 73-70 match, before topping Southwest Missouri State with a hard-fought 67-62 victory in the finals. All-America center and MVP Marvin Webster and Alvin O'Neill earned spots on the All-Tournament team. Head coach Nate Frazier was the winning coach. 1978. Future Hall of Fame head coach John Chaney and the Chaney State Wolves captured the national spotlight with a hard-fought 47-40 victory over Springfield, Missouri in the finals. Most outstanding player Andrew Fields and Ken Hinson led the Wolves to an impressive 26-2 record on their way to their first national title. In 1980, head coach Dave Robbins led the Virginia Union Panthers to a stellar 26-4 regular season record, which propelled them to their first national tournament title. In a thrilling showdown in front of 44,815 fans, they outlasted NYIT with a hard-fought 80-74 triumph. 1982. The District of Columbia climaxed a 25-5 season with its first-ever tournament appearance. under winning head coach Will Jones, the Firebirds blazed their way to a thrilling 73-63 win over Florida Southern to clinch the championship. Guard Michael Britt led the scoring, and center Earl Jones controlled the defense. 1989. The storied program at North Carolina Central set an NCAA championship game record with a 27-point margin of victory over Southeast Missouri State, 73-46 to capture the school's first NCAA team national championship. The Eagles' MVP Miles Clark, Antoine Sifford, and Dominique Stevens were all tournament members. 1992. Virginia Union went on an impressive 30-3 run en route to their second championship. Winning head coach Dave Robbins and the Panthers executed a masterful game plan to overpower the University of Bridgeport, 100-75 in the championship game. MVP forward Derek Johnson and Reggie Jones earned spots on the all-tournament team. In 2005, the Virginia Union Panthers racked up their third 30-win season in remarkable fashion, clinching a hard-fought 63-58 victory over Bryant in the championship game. Winning head coach Dave Robbins led them to an impressive 30-4 season record, propelling them to become the third HBCU to achieve the trifecta of 3 national championships.
This is Part 3. NCAA Women College Division II. In 1981, the Jackson State Lady Tigers made an appearance in the Association for Intercollegiate Athletics for Women AIAW Division I Championship playoffs. Despite facing formidable opponents, they showcased their talent and grit by defeating Minnesota 68-65 in the first round. Their run ended in the second round with a loss to eventual champion, Louisiana Tech, 97-50. Following the dissolution of the AIAW, HBCU women's basketball teams made its official debut into the NCAA during the 1981-82 season. Despite the transition, HBCU programs continued to make their mark in NCAA Division I women's basketball tournaments. Tuskegee Institute was the runner-up in the 1982 tournament, losing to eventual champion Cal Poly Pomona, 93-74. These early appearances by HBCU programs underscored the significance and contributions to the women's basketball landscape, paving the way for future generations of athletes to excel on the national stage. 1983. The Virginia Union Pantherettes made history by clinching their first Division II national title in a thrilling showdown, when they defeated defending champions Cal Poly Pomona with a convincing 73-60 victory. Outstanding players Paris McWhorter and Barvinia Wooten earned spots on the all-tournament team, and head coach Louis Hearn celebrated his first national title. 1988. The Hampton Institute Lady Pirates had a remarkable debut appearance with a resounding victory over West Texas State, 65-48 to clinch their first NCAA Division II national title. They placed 3 players, MVP guard Jackie Dolberry, Venice Frazier and Karen Drury on the all-tournament team, and head coach James Sweat won coaching honors. 2012. The Shaw University Lady Bears powered their way to 7 consecutive wins en route to claiming their first NCAA Division II national title in a thrilling overtime victory, 88-82 over Ashland. Kyria Buford and Sequoia Griffin earned spots on the all-tournament team for their outstanding performances. Head coach Jacques Curtis won coaching honors.
This concludes the legacy of champions, who represented the HBCU schools and conferences, from 1953 through 2012. Pause. And take in the legends of the outstanding teams, performers, and leaders who dot the landscape of halls of fame and record books. We sincerely hope you enjoy it, and that you will support our efforts to keep the legacy and history of Black college basketball alive. Our gratitude and thanks go to all who participated and made this legacy possible.